guys, hope you're doing very well. In today's video I'm going to talk about thigh tattoos and the pros and cons of having thigh tattoos. This video is inspired by a subscriber. She wants to get a thigh tattoo and she said, hey, can you make a video about thigh tattoos? And I was like, yes I can. I don't think I've done one before. I've definitely talked about my thigh tattoos before. I'll leave a link down below to the video where I talked about my thigh tattoos. It's quite an old video. I believe it's nearly 2 years old, 3 years old. 2 years old. I'm not entirely sure, but it's quite an old video of mine. But yeah, I got my thigh tattoos in 2012, which was 5 years ago, and it doesn't even feel like 5 years ago, honestly. Like, it literally feels like I got them done yesterday. I was so excited when I got my first thigh tattoo because it was my biggest tattoo that I had. My first thigh tattoo was a Day of the Dead portrait. It was kind of inspired by like my love for like Nico Hurtado's Day of the Dead tattoos. That's what inspired me to get one. Obviously I didn't copy them or anything. My lady has a blue face. I'm not sure about it, honestly. It kind of just happened. Normally Day of the Dead faces are white with like red and green decorations and face painting and stuff like that. So I'm not sure how that happened. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's just, it's a strange one. Yeah, I got that done in 2012, the beginning of 2012. I think it was February. And it took 2 sessions, 2 4-hour sessions I believe it was, and then late 2012 I got a vampire portrait tattoo, and that is like still one of my favourite tattoos. I'm gonna go into the pros and cons of having thigh tattoos. Hopefully this may help someone that is thinking about getting a thigh tattoo or maybe another thigh tattoo, so you can just really think about stuff and things. I just quickly want to throw out there that some of this is my opinion and from my experiences. Everyone's experience is going to be totally different, but for the most part these are normally the pros and cons of having thigh tattoos. This is just what I've picked up from talking to people with thigh tattoos and what is discussed on my Facebook group. So I've kind of just picked up this information along my way. Like, my Facebook group is a great place to find out information, let me tell you. You guys probably don't even know, but I'm always spying on my Facebook group, like always looking at information, looking at what people have commented, and I always take in that information so I get a better perspective of people's experiences and stuff. So like, yeah, I'm always lurking. Okay, so I'm gonna go on to the pros first, make it nice and happy. I don't want to put a downer on things straight away. The first pro that I have here, and it is from my opinion I guess, is thigh tattoos look good on everybody. No matter what gender, no matter what size you are, it doesn't matter. In my opinion, thigh tattoos look bomb as fuck. They look so good. You could have like the biggest, chunkiest thighs or the tiniest little matchstick thighs. It doesn't matter. Thigh tattoos look good and suit everybody. I've heard and seen people say, oh, my thighs are too big for this, or my thighs are too skinny for that. It's no. I will not allow that. That is not true. Anybody suits thigh tattoos. I've seen it all. I've seen thigh tattoos on every shape and size and every gender, and I've never thought, oh my god, no, you just don't go there. Like, honestly, if you're thinking about it and you're just like, oh, my thighs don't look good, no. Trust me, if you're insecure about your thighs, a thigh tattoo will improve the way you look at your thighs, because you will have a bit of art on there that you absolutely love, and it'll make you want to look at your thighs, and then you just appreciate your thighs more. I don't want anyone to say that to me, ever. Mother Potato says so there we go. The second pro that I've got here, sorry I'm looking at my phone, I had to write these down obviously because my brain is mashed potato. The second one I've got here is, it's a great place to get your first big tattoo. So if you're kind of wary about looking tattooed, you're not too sure whether you want to look tattooed, if you put a big tattoo in a visible place, you do look more tattooed. In my opinion, if you got a massive tattoo on your forearm here, this is your bicep, isn't it? I don't fucking know. Yeah, if you were to get a massive tattoo on your arm here, generally, you would look a lot more tattooed, because you see this area a lot more than you do your thigh in clothing. So if you're not sure about looking tattooed or getting a big tattoo, to me personally a thigh tattoo is the best place to start. it is honestly the best place to start because you can hide them and stuff. I'll get more onto that in a moment. But yeah, getting a thigh tattoo is the best place to start when you want to start getting more tattoos, or to get bigger tattoos but you're still not sure if you want to dedicate your whole body to big tattoos. So I always say thigh tattoos are the best place to start. The third pro that I've got here is obviously they're very easy to hide. Absolutely 110%, they're the easiest tattoos to hide unless you're sort of going on holiday, like you're going to a beach or you're wearing a bikini or you're wearing very short shorts. You can hide them so easily. Like, I barely ever see my thigh tattoos unless I'm like having a shower or on holiday. That's pretty much the only time if I'm walking around in underwear as well, obviously, or if I'm nude. But you get what I mean. Like, if I'm out in the world socialising with people, you never see them. Most of the time when I say I have thigh tattoos, people are like, oh my god, I didn't even know that, because you just don't see them. You just don't see them. Which is very handy if you want to hide tattoos from parents or grandparents, aunties, uncles, friends that are not so acceptable of big tattoos or tattoos in general. You don't necessarily have to have a big tattoo on your thigh, by the way, but for the most part, most thigh tattoos are bigger in size because thighs are quite big, especially if you're like me. I have thighs for days, so I can't say that word, generally thigh tattoos are bigger unless you go for sort of like a patchwork theme. So if you look at my traditional tattoo arm here, it's like a patchwork thing. Sometimes people will do that, but for the most part, from what I've seen, people will go for a bigger tattoo on their thighs, mainly just because your thighs are bigger, so you can put bigger things on there, so they kind of go a bit crazy, and they'll just get the biggest tattoo they can think of. They want to either hide or not show so much. On to pro number 4. This also kind of goes with the ease of hideability. Is that even English? I don't think it is, but with thigh tattoos, because you can't see them that often, or you can sort of choose when you want to show them, you can be very creative with thigh tattoos. So I got a vampire portrait on my thigh and a Day of the Dead portrait on my thigh, just because, yes, they're very easy to hide. And back then when I got them, I didn't have my black and grey horror sleeve either, so I was kind of scared to have these sort of horror creative tattoos on shows, so I didn't put them on my arms or anything, or lower down on my legs, because I didn't want to show them that often, because I thought back then that people would think I'm weird for having a vampire tattoo or a Day of the Dead tattoo. So you can be very creative with thigh tattoos. So if there's something kind of naughty that you want, or something a little bit out there that you want, and you think your family might not like it, or your friends or whoever, not that their opinion matters, but sometimes you just have to hide things. I did it. I can completely relate. You can sort of just have anything on your thigh. So yeah, you get a lot of creative freedom. So maybe you want a not safe for work tattoo, putting that on your thigh would be like the best thing. Like, it just, yeah, that would be a good place to put a not safe for work tattoo. Pro number 5 is, in my opinion, from my experience, thigh tattoos are pretty painless when you get them done. Now, I don't know whether this varies on size or not. Maybe if you have bigger thighs, it might be a bit more painful, or maybe it might be less painful. Or if you have very skinny thighs, it might be more painful, or it might be less painful. I don't know. Everyone is obviously different. My thigh tattoos didn't hurt me, but I've spoken to people that have said thigh tattoos were the worst tattoos they've ever had. It obviously varies per person, so I can't guarantee to say that they are painless, but compared to like a back tattoo or a very bony tattoo, like my finger tattoos were the worst ones for me. My back tattoos they weren't a walk in the park, but thigh tattoos for me were very easy to get through. You sort of just chill out when you get thigh tattoos as well. You can either sort of sit up on a bed like I'm sitting right now, and the artist will just tattoo your thighs, or you can sort of just lay down. I laid down when I got my thigh tattoos. I was on one of those massage beds. I was literally just like sitting up like this, but my legs were stretched out, and I was sort of just like on my phone, and I was just chilling. Like, it was a very pleasant experience for me, and yeah, I didn't find them that painful at all. But again, everybody is different when it comes to tattoos. It's literally useless telling someone how much a tattoo hurts for them, because that person might think, oh okay, this is going to be so easy for me, it's not going to hurt, and then it ends up hurting a lot for you. Everyone is different, everyone's sort of nerves are different, and pain ratings and experiences are so different, so I can't guarantee that it's not going to hurt for you guys. Obviously every tattoo hurts, every tattoo has a pain to it, but some are more than others. So when I say like my finger tattoos are the worst tattoos I've ever had in my whole entire life, there's people out there that think finger tattoos do not hurt at all. Everyone's different, so I can't guarantee they're not going to be that painful or painless or what have you. But from speaking to people about thigh tattoos over the years of me being into tattoos and stuff, most people have said that thigh tattoos aren't that bad. But if you have nothing to compare it to, so a big thigh tattoo is the first tattoo you get, you're going to find it painful no matter what, because you've got nothing to compare it to. But if you've had a couple of tattoos here and there, say on your wrist or on your back or something, you'll have something to compare it to. The next pro that I've got for you guys, and it's my last pro, is that thigh tattoos age a lot slower than say an arm tattoo. The reason being is of course because they're not on show all the time, they don't get sun damage, unless you sort of spend your life at the beach or you're in a very sunny hot country and you always have your thighs out. There's a chance that thigh tattoos will age a lot slower than say like an arm tattoo, like my traditional tattoo. These have obviously faded, not quickly, but the colour has sort of faded quite a bit since I've had them, just because they're the tattoos that are not always on show, but if I'm walking around in a t-shirt and stuff, they kind of catch the sun. For me, with my thigh tattoos, they're never out. The only time they're out is if I'm on holiday, and I don't really go on holiday that much. I go like maybe once a year, and then I'll be in a bikini for like 5 days a year. And then that's it. They will never see sunlight ever again. I'm always in jeans or trousers or, you know, long shorts or something. But my thigh tattoos never see the sun. So they haven't had any sun damage per se. So they sort of keep their colour a little bit longer. But again, if you guys sort of like live in a beachy area or you're always in a bikini, they will age the same as like an arm tattoo. But again, if you're like me and you never see the sun, they will age slower, just because there's not much sun damage to them. So that's a huge pro also. So if you want a very colourful thigh tattoo, oh boy, it's going to look colourful for a very long time. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to the cons of having a thigh tattoo. The first con that I have here is, this may just be a personal experience, you guys might be a little bit different, but when I got my thighs tattooed, they swell up, they swelled? What is it? Like they swollen up? No, they swelled up. You guys know what I mean. My thighs got bigger, okay? Basically, my thigh tattoos swelled up pretty big, right? My tattoos always swell up though. No matter where I get tattooed, I am a puffy bitch. The area that I get tattooed in will always swell up no matter where I get tattooed. But with that, my thighs just felt absolutely massive, and I could feel them jiggle. So anytime I walked, I felt this like jelly feeling in my legs from where the tattoo area was just like wobbling. And that was kind of uncomfortable, and it felt very bruised. My thighs felt very bruised after, I'd say for at least 4 days after I got the tattoo. It was just very uncomfortable. Wearing clothes and stuff like that, like it was hard to figure out what to wear when I got a thigh tattoo, just because like skinny jeans was just restricting everything I had. So that was uncomfortable, but then sort of like baggy clothes were just like, I don't know, they were just annoying. So it's just like you go through an uncomfortable period when you get a thigh tattoo. Again, that's just from my experience, everyone's going to be different. The second con that I have for you guys is that they are quite hard to heal. Now when I got my thigh tattoos, this was way back like 5 years ago, and I was doing the usual cling film bepanthen routine. So I would put a layer of bepanthen on the tattoo, put cling film over it, and I went about my day. When I was healing like that, oh my god, it was just like impossible to heal a thigh tattoo because masking tape was not sticking to my thigh. The cling film would move everywhere and it would just be a sloshy mess on my thigh, and again just clothing was an issue. It's so hard to heal a thigh tattoo when you heal the sort of traditional way with like cling film and stuff. Back then, if I knew about Saniderm, if Saniderm was even a thing back then, I'm not sure, I would recommend to you guys, if you want a thigh tattoo, try and use something like Saniderm. I'm not sponsored or anything, I'm just literally Saniderm's biggest fan. I just love Saniderm. It's such a handy thing. I've got quite a few videos about Saniderm and using Saniderm. I will leave a link to them down below if you've never heard of Saniderm before. If you've never seen what it is, it's basically like a high tech cling film that sticks to your leg like motherfucking glue. It does not move, and that would be so handy for a thigh tattoo because cling film just moves about on your thigh. Just because, you know, you're always moving your thighs, you're always walking, sitting, standing, like especially at night time. Oh my lord, especially if you like to let your tattoos breathe. I love to let my tattoos breathe, especially the first couple of nights. I don't really like to wrap them at night just because I want them to breathe. But of course you have to put your tattoo ointment on, and what's going to happen? You end up stuck to your bed, or you stuck to your pajamas. It's a nightmare. I'd highly recommend looking into getting something like Saniderm. Obviously if you're just laying around doing nothing, you can sort of leave your tattoo to breathe and leave it open, and you can sit around in your underwear. It doesn't matter if there's no one about or you're comfortable sitting around in your underwear in front of your friends or family or whatever. But sort of nighttime and stuff, you do get stuck to your bedding, which happened to me quite a few times. The next con I have for you guys is thigh tattoos normally have to be done in sessions, especially if it is your first big tattoo. A tattoo artist will say, well, okay, this is your first big tattoo, I'd prefer to do it in sessions. It'll be easier for you, you're going to be more comfortable, because there's nothing worse than working on someone that is a fidget when they're getting tattooed, because if you've only had one small tattoo on your wrist and you're going for a thigh tattoo, you've never really sat for that long. So for the most part, most tattoo artists will say, hey, I'm going to do this in sessions for you. If they don't, that's totally fine. It's their judgment at the end of the day. My thigh tattoos were done in sessions. I had 2 sessions for each of the tattoos that I had, so that's 4 sessions in total, and they were 4-hour sessions, and that was bearable for me. I'm glad that it was done that way, and that way you can sort of get a bigger tattoo instead of like downsizing because you're worried about how long it's going to take and the pain and stuff. It's better to get the tattoo that you want and go back for more sessions, and you'll probably get a better tattoo and it will just be what you wanted. There was a part of me that wanted to downsize on my thigh tattoos just to get it done at once, but then I realised, like, no, just have some sessions, you know, just go for it. And I'm very grateful for that. But again, it's case by case situation. I'd personally recommend, if you're getting a thigh tattoo as your first big tattoo, that you do it in sessions. That's just me personally. I think it would be a lot more of a pleasant experience for you also if you've never sat for that long. If you're kind of like a pro at sitting at tattoos and you have quite a few anyway, I'm sure you can handle one big session. But again, if it's something you've never done before, it'll make the experience so much more pleasant. But yeah, the reason why this is a con is just because if you're impatient and you want that tattoo done straight away and finished, you might be a little bit disappointed, because again, a tattoo artist can say to you, hey, I'm going to do this in sessions, it's quite big, you've not really been tattooed that much before. But again, they're just doing it as your best interest. And the final con that I have for you guys, which is maybe an obvious one, is that you can't see them all the time. This is obviously a massive pro, but it can be a con as well. So if you think about it, you get a really, really cool tattoo on your thigh, you absolutely love it, but then you can't see it all the time, you can't show it off all the time, because, you know, you can't walk around in shorts all the time, especially if you live like in England or something, like there's never any sun. So you kind of just like hide the tattoos all the time, and if you want to show them off and you're really happy about them and you're really proud, you can't really show them off all the time because you might freeze to death. Also, another con with this is if you get a tattoo on your thigh that you really, really, really love and you're just like, oh my god, I wish I could see this more, you can sometimes have this sort of tattoo regret of, I wish I put this in a different place. So you probably got a thigh tattoo because you wanted, you know, to see if you liked being tattooed or what have you, and then you end up really, really loving that tattoo and you're just like, actually I do want more tattoos, I want all my legs tattooed. There's a chance that you would love to just pick up that tattoo from your thigh and put it lower down on your leg so you could see it more and other people could see it more. There's a chance that that might happen. For my vampire tattoo, I really wish I could have had it lowered down. I don't know, I wish I could have just had it on my like calf or something, I don't know. Obviously there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I could laser it off and then have another vampire tattoo done, but I'm not that mad about it. I don't have that much regret about it. But that can happen, so really think about what you're going to have as a thigh tattoo. Make sure you're not going to love it so much that you want it lower down on your leg at a later time. So obviously you need to love the tattoo no matter what, but you've got to like make sure you're not going to want it lower down at a later time. And that's all I really have to say on that matter, I think. Please comment down below if you've got any pros and cons when it comes to thigh tattoos, if you have them yourself. If you have any questions about thigh tattoos, comment down below, I'll get back to you, or maybe someone else will help you. That would be really awesome if you all sort of come together and give each other advice. Again, my experiences are going to be different to your experiences, so to get other people's input and feedback would be absolutely awesome. So check the comments down below to see if there's anything there that might help you. And if you want more videos like this, like a pro and con of like a back tattoo, pros and cons of finger tattoos, pros and cons of you name the body part, I will probably be able to do a video on it. I will definitely only do pros and cons of tattoos that I've already had. I'm not going to do like a pros and cons of a chest piece tattoo. I don't have a chest piece, I can't talk about it. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing very well, and until my next video, bye.